Hello guys, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with Unit 4, Subsection 15 and Stages in Consumer Buying Process. Okay, so this is the last video for MMBC 006 Unit 4 because it was a lengthy video, so we just divided into 4 divisions. Okay, so because it is just short videos, you can understand also in case any doubts, you just refer these 4 videos together for Unit 4 MMBC 006 and try to understand. In case any doubts, you can contact anytime. Okay, so let's begin with the stages in consumer buying process. Even buying decision involves an element of active reasoning. The manner in which this active reasoning manifests itself is illustrated in figure 1. So here is figure 1, stages in buyer decision process: problem recognition, pre-purchase information search, evaluation of alternatives, purchase decision, post-purchase behavior, etc. These are the steps under stages in consumer buying process, right? So we will just find out if you need, your paste is over, then you just find out problem, then pre-purchase information search which product you buy for first, and evaluation of alternatives, if any other alternative or good paste are in market, purchase decision is there, and also you just evaluate all things, right? Its price, its quantity, etc. You will see, and post purchase behavior also, how the product is, then you evaluate. So that these are the stages in consumer buying process. However, in case of routine purchase, the consumer may skip the second and third stage and straight away go to the stage of purchase decision. But in case of purchase decision involving extensive problem solving, the consumer is likely to go through all the 5 stages in the specified sequences. So first one is problem recognition. The buying process starts with the buyer recognizing a need or a problem, right? So your toothpaste is over, then you need to buy, there is a need to buy a new product, right? Then the pre-purchase information search. In response to the stimuli provided by the need for a briefcase, Mr. Rao starts searching for information on the kinds of briefcase available in the market. So you just search for the availability. An internal search refers to recalling relevant information stored in the memory, and external search refers to the deliberate and voluntary seeking of new information regarding the product or brand under consideration. And personal source, family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, etc. And commercial source also there, advertisement, retailers, salesmen. Public source also there, seeing others, consumer information centers, etc. Next is evaluation of alternative. If another product or their any relative importance of each attribute to the consumer, brand image, attitude towards a different brand or alternative under consideration, etc. You will see the alternative solution or purchase decision. In the evaluation stage, Mr. Rao has ranked the various brands in terms of his first, second and third preference. In short, he has made up his mind about which brand he wants to buy. And post-purchase behavior. After purchasing the briefcase, if Mr. Rao finds that its performance or utility matches up to his expectation, Mr. Rao will feel satisfied with his purchase. The satisfaction will reinforce Mr. Rao's perceived favorable image of the brand, which is likely to be extended to the entire range of products manufactured by the company. And activity 8 is here based on this content. You just try to do it, it will more clear for you. And model of buyer's behavior. Consumer behavior is process and purchase is only one stage in that process. There are many underlying influence ranging from external motivation and attitude to social and external influence of many kinds. Having explained the consumer decision making process, now let us turn our attention to the process of consumer or buyer behavior. Howard-Schurth model. This is the chart for the Howard-Schurth model. You just go through your material because here it is not clear that much. This model explains the buyer decision process using 4 major set of variables as presented in figure 2. The 4 set of variables are input, perceptual and learning construct, and output, and exogenous or external variable. There is an input. The input to the customer decision process is provided by three distinct type of stimuli. Of these, two type of stimuli are provided by the marketer in the form of physical tangible product characteristics known as significant stimuli, and intangible perpetual product characteristics known as symbolic stimuli. And perpetual and learning constructs. These constructs are composed of psychological variables such as motives, attitude, perception, which influence the consumer decision process. And output, the purchase decision is the output. If after using the product the consumer is satisfied with it, this will reinforce his positive attitude and purchase intent about the product and brand. And here is one more figure is here. So you just go through your material. And exogenous of external variable, these are not directly a part of the decision making process and are not shown in the model, but they are important to the extent that they influence the consumer. These exogenous variable vary from one consumer to another and include an Angel Collat Blackwell model. So this is another model. The Angel Collat Blackwell model consists of four components: one of information processing, central control unit, decision process, environmental influence. In information processing, this component comprises the consumer's selective exposure, attention, comprehension, and retention of stimuli relating to a product or brand received from marketing and non-marketing sources. And central control unit, the stimuli thus received and retained is processed in the central control unit. And the decision process component of the model consists of problem recognition, internal search and evaluation, external search and evaluation, purchase process, decision outcome, etc. Environmental influence, the environmental factors that may influence the consumer purchase decision are income, culture, family, social class, and physical situation. Model of family decision making. Before describing the model of family decision making, it is important to understand how the various family members interact with each other in the context of their consumer decision making. There is influences, those family members who provide information and advice and thus influence the purchase. And gatekeepers, those family members who control the flow of information about the product or service, thus influencing the decision of other family members. Decider, family members who have the power to unilaterally or jointly decide whether or not to buy a product or service. Buyers, those family members who actually buy a particular product or service. And preparers, those family members who transform or prepare the product into the form in which it is actually consumed. And users, those family members who use or consume a particular product or services, like that. So here is a model of family decision making. Look at this, and from your material you just go through it, it will more clear. And what is organizational buying behavior? Let's start the discuss with the definition to understand the and appreciate the organizational buying process. According to Petit D. Bennett, okay, you can pronounce your own way. Organizational buying behavior is the decision-making process by which a buying group establishes the need for goods and services and identifies, evaluate, and choose among alternative brand and suppliers. Okay, according to W.M. Pride and O.C. Farrell, organizational buying behavior refers to the purchase behavior of producers, government units, institutions, and resellers. While organizational behavior refers to buying behavior of organizations that buy products for business use, resell, or to make other products. Okay, so you just by heart this or you just understand this definition, then you can write your own way. And organizational buying process. Organizational buying behavior or buying process refers to the process of how companies or organization buy goods and services. Organizational buying is not an easy task as perceived by most people, right? So here is need, there is need, need recognition, need description, product specification, supplier selection, proposal, for product specification there is supplier search, then after that proposal solicitation and supplier selection, then order routine specification and performance review. This is final one. Okay, so need or problem recognition. The first stage of need recognition start with someone in the company recognize a need or a problem that can be met by acquiring a good or service. Needs could be recognized in two ways. And need description. Once the need is recognized, the buying company should describe the general characteristics and the quantity of a needed item. And product specification. At this stage of the buying process, the task of buying organization decide on the item or product and specify the best technical product characteristics for the required item. Supplier search. At this stage of organizational buying process, the buyer search for the best vendor or supplier for the intended item and prepared a list of suppliers to decide upon for order placement. And proposal solicitation. Proposal solicitation is the fifth stage of organizational buying process, signifying the invitation to qualified suppliers to submit their proposal. Supplier selection. At the sixth stage of organizational buying process, buyers review and assess the proposal and select one or more suppliers. Order routine specification. This stage is characterized by the selection of the best suppliers. The buying firm writes the final order with the chosen suppliers, listing the technical specification, quantity needed and expected time of delivery, return policies and warranties which should be clearly mentioned. Next is performance review. This is the last stage of organizational buying. The buyers review suppliers' performance which help to take decision whether to continue the relation with the supplier or change or the end the relation. Factors affecting organizational buying. There is environmental factor. The environmental factor affect organizational buying behavior. This include economic, technological, political, social responsibility and competition. Like that. Next is organizational factors. Organizational factors also affect organizational buying behavior. This include objective, policies, procedures, organizational structure and system. Buying objective is determined according to organizational goals. Purchasing or buying policy also affect organizational buying behavior. The method and process adopted by the organization to buy goods or services is called procedure. Organizational structure refine authority and relations which directly affect buying behavior, like that. And interpersonal factor also affect buying behavior. This include authority, status, interest, etc. And personal factors also affect buying behavior. This include age of person, education level of job, personality, etc. like that. And here is one table: environmental factors, economic, technological, political and legal, social responsibility, competition, etc. Organizational factors also there: objective, policies, procedures, organizational structure, system. And interpersonal factor: authority, status and interest. Personal factors is there: age, education, job position, personality, risk, attitude is there. So major factors are organizational buying. So here is the chapter summary. Consumer behavior is the study of why, how, what, when, where and how often do consumer buy and consume different product and services. Knowledge of consumer behavior is helpful to the marketers in understanding the need of his different consumer segment and developing appropriate marketing strategies for each. It is also useful for the marketers in developing an understanding of how consumers respond to the various marketing stimuli which they provides in terms of the product, price, promotion and place, like that. And decision is there. So this is the summary of this chapter, and you just go through it. And the keywords also there. If you feel any words are difficult, you just go through it. And there is also practical questions also here, self-assessment questions. Try to do it. It will help you for your term and examination also. Okay. So you just do it, and in case any doubts you can contact anytime. And this is the end of the 4th unit. Okay, for more MBA IGNOU videos, you just do like, share and subscribe our channel, and thank you for your support.
i-tutor Academy presents IGNOU MBA complete syllabus coverage classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online and flexible timing. For more details, contact on +916 238 21785.